You ever heard that saying, money can buy you everything but happiness? Well, let me tell you, I lived it. People see a guy in designer suits, riding in private jets, shaking hands with presidents, and they think, man, he must have the world figured out. But here's the punchline. I was Chief Damalola, billionaire by the age of 35, my name splashed across magazine covers, owner of everything from airlines to tech firms. But at the end of the day, you know what I had? Loneliness. Not the cool, mysterious kind. Just plain old loneliness that sits with you when the lights go out and all that's left is you and your thoughts, echoing in the big empty house you call home. See, I had this one dream, something money could never buy, a love that was real. Not the I love your bank account kind, but the sort that sticks around when the bank account is empty, when the face on the magazine is forgotten. And you'd think, with $5 billion in the bank, love would come easy, right? Nope. The more I had, the less I trusted. Every woman I met wanted the life, the cars, the title, not the guy underneath it all. You know what I mean? It's a weird kind of prison, that much money. One night, staring out at the city lights from my penthouse, it hit me. I had to disappear, just blend in, be nobody for once in my life. Not CEO, not chief, not the guy whose phone never stops buzzing. So, I got this wild idea. See, I own Dammy International Hospital, the kind of place people from all over the world come to for treatment, and almost nobody there knew my face. Perfect. I called up Adrian, my top manager, and told him I wanted a job in the mortuary. Yeah, you heard me right. Scrubbing floors, moving bodies, nothing fancy. Poor guy nearly choked on the phone. But I told him, I need to find someone who can love me without knowing me. I want to meet real people, not the ones who bow just because I sign their checks. After a long silence, he just said, I'll arrange it, sir. And just like that, I stepped out of my palace and into a world of cold steel and sorrow, hoping maybe I could find something honest there. First day on the job, I showed up in these baggy blue overalls, carrying nothing but a cheap black bag. No bodyguards. No Mercedes waiting at the curb. The hospital staff didn't even glance at me. And honestly, it felt freeing. The place reeked of bleach and loss. Medicine, chemical cleaners, that chill in the air you can't quite shake. The mortuary was a whole new level of cold, the kind that seeps into your bones, with metal tables and sad-eyed workers who looked like the world forgot them. My new supervisor, Arya, well, she was a real piece of work. Barked at everyone, handed me a mop, ordered me to work faster. You could see it in her face. Life had been hard, and she'd learned to pass that pain along to anyone within reach. At first, I just kept my head down, reminded myself, no pain, no gain. I'd done hard work before, back when I was young, hustling on the streets, sweeping floors. Guess you never really forget. Those first days were brutal, my hands blistered, back aching, eating cold rice alone at the back of the cafeteria. No five-star chef, just a cracked plastic plate and cheap cutlery. At night, I crashed on a thin mattress in a room with no fan, sweating through the humid air, whispering to myself, a man searching for honey has to brave the bees. Not exactly poetry, but it kept me going. Arya made it her mission to break me, called me slow, clumsy, useless. Once I dropped a metal tray and she tore into me, yelling in front of everyone, maybe you belong in the grave with the dead. The others just watched, some smirking, some looking away. I took it all, swallowed my pride, because I knew the game I was playing. The real test wasn't lifting bodies. It was keeping my heart open when the world wanted to shut it down. But you know what's wild? Even in the coldest places, there's always a little light. For me, it was a girl named Elena. Petite, quiet, hair pulled back, always moving like she didn't want to bother anybody. I noticed her the minute she walked into that morgue, didn't gossip, didn't join the others laughing at me. She worked with this gentle respect, whispered prayers over every body, helped grieving families with this soft, steady kindness. Arya barked at her too, of course, but Elena just nodded and kept working. I caught myself watching her, not in a creepy way, just curious. She was different. You could feel it. One lunch break, I saw her sitting alone under an old mango tree out back, eating out of a little box and reading from a tattered book. I didn't have the guts to say anything then, but in that moment, I realized hope isn't dead yet, not if people like her exist. Days passed. I learned to work better, thanks to her. She saw me struggling with a heavy tray one afternoon, showed me how to lift with my knees, not my back, like it was nothing. Later, when I forgot my lunch, okay, I was just too beat to eat, she split her own with me, no questions asked. That hit me hard. In my old world, nobody ever gave me something without wanting something back. But Elena, she just shared, didn't expect a thing. We got to talking, slow at first, like two old souls testing the water. She told me about her dream. Wanted to be a doctor, save lives, because her own mother died when she was 10, right there on the floor of their house, too poor to afford care. She worked in that mortuary just to scrape together her school fees. That kind of strength, man, it'll humble you. I sat there under the mango tree, thinking how my billions couldn't fix her pain, but maybe, just maybe, I could help in my own way. So I did. Anonymously, of course. Paid part of her school fees, replaced her stolen books, helped her get medicine for her dad, all through quiet donations and anonymous notes. She had no clue, but every time something good happened, she'd light up, run over to me and say, "You won't believe it, someone helped me." I'd just smile and say, "Miracles still happen, I guess." But deep down, my heart was getting tangled up in ways I hadn't planned for. One stormy night, after the rain trapped us at work, we ended up talking under that mango tree again. She asked if I ever felt forgotten by life. I told her, yes, sometimes. She opened up about the promise she made to herself, to be the kind of doctor her mother never had. And you know, I just sat there, soaked to the bone, feeling like I was finally where I belonged. I wanted to tell her the truth, who I was, why I was really there, but I was scared. Scared she'd hate me for lying. Scared she'd stop trusting the one person she could trust. But Elena, she was sharper than I thought. One day, she just walked up and said, "Do you believe in miracles?" I tried to play dumb, but she laid it out. Someone had paid her fees, helped her family, all after she met me. "Is it you?" she asked, and man, my heart almost stopped. I just smiled and said, "Maybe miracles find good people." She let it go, but I could tell she knew. And for the first time, I felt like maybe, just maybe, she liked me for me, not for what I had. Then the day came. I couldn't hide anymore. I walked up to her under that old tree and told her the truth. Gave her my Real Hospital ID, CEO, founder, the whole thing. She just stared, trying to put it all together. I told her I'd come there looking for someone who'd love me for the man I am, not the title, not the money. I told her I'd already fallen for her. She just dropped to her knees and hugged me, whispering, "I loved you before I even knew your name." And right there, in the shadow of that tree, with the sun setting behind us, I knew I'd found what I'd been searching for all my life. Word got out, of course. The staff couldn't believe it. The clumsy janitor was the boss all along. "Are ya?" She left, couldn't face the shame. But me? I stayed. Promoted Elena to head doctor the day she graduated. Let everyone know what real greatness looks like. Not titles, but kindness, grit, and love. And now, as I watch her walk these hospital halls in her white coat, I know I'm the richest man alive. Not because of what's in my bank, but because of who stands beside me. A woman who saw my heart when the world only saw my wallet. That's the lesson, right? Treat every person with kindness. Today's janitor might be tomorrow's king. Or, you know, your soulmate. So what do you think? Would you ever walk away from it all just to find something real? Tell me, is it worth risking everything for a shot at true love? Drop your thoughts below, because I think this is one debate that never really ends.